What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Ernest Dove, trying to give the latest and greatest updates on the Mets minor league system, which, by the way, it's almost the end of the entire seasons for all. And I guess the biggest question that we need to really talk about here is what happened to all the top prospects? Pitching and hitting, bats and arms. It just seems like up and down across the board, the success rates have not been good. I wanted to try to explore in this video maybe some thoughts and ideas of what's happening. Getting into some of the numbers, pitching wise, I know I was excited when the season started because so many of the top pitching prospects are all going to be gathered up at the AA, AAA levels. Sounded pretty exciting. The depth kind of sounded amazing going forward in the Mets organization overall in the farm system. And then here we are at the end of the year. What are some of the numbers looking like? All the top prospects. Mike Vassell came in, almost threw a no hitter last year at the end of the year in AAA. Kind of looked like everything was going to be exciting. AAA comes around, whole season comes around, career high walk rate, career low K rate, career high BABIP. So it just looks like just nothing is kind of going his way. Then Blade Tidwell, guess what? Career low K rate, highest walk rate since his rookie ball pro debut season, and a career high BABIP. Are the balls all dropping in AAA more than anything else? Uh, Dom Hamill, guess what? Career low K rate in AAA, career high walk rate in AAA, career high BABIP in AAA. Uh, you see the little thing going on right now? Wilkin Ramos, one of my exciting kind of like wild card pen arms going into this season. His ERA at the AA level is under 2 all year, and he just got demoted back where he's doing it again, thriving. In AAA, these are the differences. Wilkin Ramos this season in 2024, AA, 8.5 K per nine, AAA, 7.36 K per nine. AA, what's his walk rate? 3.58 per nine. In AAA, 8.59 per nine inning walk rate. Extremely high walk rate. What is going on with all the arms? I've talked about things over the years. I know, as far as my understanding, the baseball is still a little bit different from AA to AAA. Again, no idea why they do this. My basic overall understanding is that when you finally get to AAA, they use the Major League Baseballs. Now, why don't they just use these baseballs for all the other levels? I have no idea. So I do know there's a slight difference in the baseballs, but again, hopefully you would think they adjust after maybe one outing, two outings. But this is a season-wide thing. And the other thing I wanted to bring up about this kind of lack of success in AAA for the Mets organization, even for the top prospects, one thing I did hear during the year, not even necessarily in AAA, but I heard about a process of basically throwing non-strikes. Now, when it was explained to me a little bit, it does make sense. Again, you were talking 0-2 count, 1-2 count, right? So the Mets organization is teaching guys to not throw strikes in those counts. Is that maybe a factor when you get guys trying to throw those nice non-strikes in those situations? Are they overthinking it? Are they overthrowing? The other obvious thing, the correlation is going to be the ABS system. So now we're getting into a Mets philosophy of throwing non-strikes in certain counts, plus the ABS system, plus the higher level, plus the bats seem to be doing a little bit more than the pitching overall at the AAA level, at least in that league. Is this a variety of factors just blooming in and just ruining things for the Mets prospects? I wanted to bring up all of those things because it's going to be telling to see. And again, is this more of an organizational philosophy change that Stearns is bringing in? Because these are things that are going to take time, even from the player development wise. Again, there's a lot of players overall who love the Mets system. They love the Mets farm. They love being in the Mets organization. My understanding, again, talking with people, even people that have long since now been moved on to another organization within the minor league systems, they've been missing and yet praising the Mets minor league resources, even down to nutritionists, uh, some of the extra things that they have that are more beneficial in the Mets organization that they don't even provide in some of the other organizations around baseball at the minor league level. So there's benefits to it, along with the obvious pitching lab and everything else that just came about. But I think it's important to at least mention some of these numbers. Career highs and lows, again, you're going from double A to triple A, so it's natural to not be as amazing, but some of these numbers are pretty stark. And I'm wondering, again, higher level, ABS system, Mets philosophy on pitching and throwing, when to throw, how to throw. Even the analytics come into play. Even at the minor league level, you got guys calling for a certain pitch. Maybe the pitchers aren't too excited about it, but who's doing enough research and prep before the games? There's just so many factors into this. And again, now, even just this past week, Tidwell and Hamill basically had like almost career high outings, career bests of sorts right at the end here. So maybe there's certain things being put together right at the end of the season. Vasil has had a number of quality starts, like a lot of 6-inning, 3-run outings, which again, you'll take at the major league level, but the low K rate just sounds scary. So I'm trying to figure out what's the pinpoint accuracy issue, what's going on around the league, even in the affiliates, all the way down, all the way up. It's something to think about, and I wanted to bring this up in the video. Now, talking about the bats, here we go again. Dove, why are all the top prospect bats not doing well this season? We all know, obviously, Gilbert and Jet Williams is pretty much, we're at a wash. They basically missed the entire season. At this point, I mean, you can stare at the numbers. I mean, Gilbert's been hitting some home runs that are fun. Jet Williams had a couple of back-to-back 2-hit games, which were awesome. Maybe he's kind of like getting through the spring training rust off right at the end of the season. Not much you can do, but what's going on with the bats? And when I talk to somebody within the Mets organization, it's something that I'm going to have my own interpretation of it. So don't kill the messenger or my bad interpretation. Again, philosophy-wise, talked about the Mets situation. Hey, maybe they're trying to teach the non-strike throwing in certain situations. If it's not playing with people's heads, I don't know. From the hitting perspective, all the way from the DSL all the way to AAA, Mets, maybe under Stearns, they're really hyping a certain type of approach in hitting. Again, everyone wants to blame certain coaches, even at the major league level. I blame the hitting coach when a guy goes on a slump. I don't know about all that, but getting into the hitting philosophy in the Mets organization, it looks like my understanding, and again, this isn't unique. This isn't something they just created and made up on their own. It looks like the Mets, at least for this year, they're trying to really gear towards the attack mode. Attack, attack, attack. It's about attack, exit velo, and slugging percentage mentality. That's what they're trying to teach all the way from the bottom level all the way up to AAA. Now, this might be something that might be having a bit of issues, perhaps, in the Mets organization with the minor leaguers. Has it been a huge change in philosophy from recent years to this year? I can't really say for sure, but I wanted to bring it up in the video because, again, a lot of people are even asking me, why are so many guys struggling? I can't really have certain answers for some of the guys having the worst seasons, like Alex Ramirez, Stanley Consuegra, who's, by the way, Consuegra was the exit velo god before, of course, Jesus Baez, who the Mets organization absolutely loves and adores. So I still expect big things from Jesus Baez when he gets healthy again going into next year. But is this another philosophy thing or a change in kind of MO that the Mets organization is bringing in that's had a clash of sorts in trying to get everybody to adjust? Again, this is another thing I wanted to bring up. It's more of a short video, but a lot of people have been asking, why are there so much kind of non-successes going on all year in the upper minors and even in the Mets farm system altogether when they think of the sexiest names out there in the top 30. These are things I wanted to bring up in the video. You guys can tell me if you feel like maybe some of this makes sense. Is it a philosophy thing? And again, this isn't unique. A lot of teams now, a lot of franchises, this is what they're doing. They care about attacking and exit velo. But again, at the differences of what? If there's guys who are thinking attack, 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 they might not be seeing as many pitches as they should. Maybe the walk rates for some of the bats have been getting lower than they should, and the K rates might be going even higher as they're trying to swing harder. These are some adjustment periods that could probably have some looking into by the Mets organization now at the end of the minor league seasons. Is this something that might need to be tweaked? It's going to be interesting to see, but I wanted to bring all this information to your attention. Again, some of it is just pure box scores, but I wanted to at least mention some of the things that I've heard about from within the Mets organization, and I'm just trying to put my 2 and 2 together. Maybe you guys could also help me out What are some of your thoughts for all of you fellow minor league junkies out there? Some of the top prospects. A lot of you guys go to the games. You go to the minor league affiliates and the stadiums. What are your thoughts on? Does it look like they're swinging too hard? Does it look like the pitchers are overthrowing in certain counts, trying to be perfect by non-throwing strikes? It's one of those things. Is it a combination of all those factors? Let me know. And again, continue to watch all the videos. Please support the channel. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, do all the cool stuff. I'm going to try to have some interviews coming up. I already got a few minor leaguers lined up because you know that's my passion. So be on the lookout for some minor league player interviews very soon. And thank you for watching.